We go straight now to Roodepoort, which is in the western part of Johannesburg. And this is where Rand Water is right now upgrading its Q5 and F25 pipelines. And these supply the Waterval or Waterval reservoirs. The infrastructure maintenance project aims to improve water supply to more areas in Johannesburg. So let's take you straight now to Veronica Makhoali. Veronica, good morning. It was really nice this morning. I think it's an education for everyone who not only lives in the city of Johannesburg, but doesn't understand what this infrastructure looks like, to actually have first sight of some of those technical crews and engineers working on the pipe network this morning. Tell us what you've learned so far in terms of progress, and I guess for many residents in the province as well, what some of the disruptions are likely to be.
Absolutely, Man. Educational, it definitely has been. In fact, we've learned here, despite the conversations we've had, and we've spoken very broadly about the maintenance work that's happening at Rand Water's main, water infrastructure. We know that the maintenance is also taking place in 3 distinctive operations. The first one will be, of course, the replacement of a valve that's taking place at the Veronica system that will be affecting, of course, the Swartkoppie pump station. We also have, of course, another operation taking place at the Veronica plant where they will be doing the cleaning of a sedimentation tank, which is expected to take about 18 days. And of course, the third one is where we are today at the maintenance site at the Waterval Reservoir 1 and 2. And this is about, of course, the major connection between the Q5 and the F25 pipeline. And to just give us a little bit more sense about what essentially that is and how it impacts the bigger network of Johannesburg's water infrastructure, I'm joined by, in fact, the project manager to give us a little bit more, of course, of that education that we've been getting throughout the day. Just to speak to residents very quickly about the work that's taking place between those 2 pipelines. We've been seeing technicians grinding away. We've been seeing the trenches that have been, built and around it. Just essentially the work around this pipeline and how it services the Greater Johannesburg region.
Thank you. This is Mlebuhe Nenjalele from Rand Water. Thank you for this opportunity. Basically, what we are doing there is, you can see, we are doing a cross connection between F25 and Q5 pipelines. That work has commenced sometimes last year. So what we are basically doing now is a tie-in, so that to move water between F25 and Q5, so that we can supply our customers according to the agreements.
And as a project manager, just give us a little bit of the progress that is taking place here. We know that the bigger maintenance work is going to end on the 29th of July, but for this specific site, how's the progress looking?
For this specific site, we are good in terms of progress. We are currently sitting at 40% against, we are currently sitting at 46 against 40. So we are, you can see we are
almost there.
We are almost there.
Yeah.
So what I can say is that we will be able to finish within our timelines. We are anticipating to finish on Thursday, which is the 27th, 3 a.m.
And I think obviously just from some of the engineers that are here as well, we've seen technicians as well going into those pipelines. What are just some of the challenges, perhaps, if any, that the technicians have come across while, of course, putting together the connection of those 2 pipelines?
I think we've done a thorough planning. So everything is going according to the plan. We don't have any challenges as yet, and we don't anticipate any, because we mitigated all the risks before we start the project.
All right. No, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Iman, there you have it, really just given some sort of a timeline as to where they stand in regards to the maintenance here. You'd understand that the work being done here at the Waterval Reservoir 1 and 2 affects the Iconov pump station quite significantly. And that is, of course, the reason why they've had to reduce the capacity of that pump station. Rand Water as well, throughout the walkabout of this maintenance site, really also emphasizing the fact that while they are doing this work, there is no shutdown, and that a shutdown would be detrimental to its system. In fact, all that this is a planned maintenance where they are, of course, monitoring levels, both from their infrastructure point of view, but also at a municipal point of view. And we'll be seeing this kind of work taking place not only, as I've mentioned, at the main source of Rand Water's infrastructure, but areas such as this in neighborhoods where there are those little significant things that need to take place, but really affect the system quite significantly as well.
Yeah, a lot of families and businesses, Veronica, really interested in the development in the work and the progress. So we'll continue to keep them updated, and thank you very much for those details that you've just shared there. It has been a fascinating education throughout the morning, just looking at that water infrastructure. Often, you know, if the water runs dry, everyone's angry about it. But there seems to be, from what we heard yesterday as well, some acceptance that this maintenance work is important. It's got to go ahead. And as you heard there, it's in many cases not compromising the entire availability of water, but just the slowing down and the lack of pressure in some areas. So we'll keep you close to that one.